beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. Hi, how you doing? It's great to see you. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mal. I'm a singer, dancer, performer, and I happen to be deaf. So I do a lot of music, performing, and I also bring awareness to the deaf community and culture. So if you like that, please make sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified of whenever I post. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and also do not forget to say hello in the comments below because I love connecting to every single one of you and I answer every single comment. So in today's video, I will be doing my first Q&A. I'm so excited. There's a video of me singing Melly's I Am Woman on TikTok, and I was also signing it, and I got so many people reacting to that video. It was insane. I was blown away by the amount of comments, the questions that you guys had, the amount of like positive and just, you know, just amazing comments that you guys had, like the love and support. It blew me away, and I was trying to answer every single comment and like reply to every single one, but that was just like, you know what, might as well make a video and post it up on my YouTube channel. So if you guys are coming from TikTok and watching my YouTube channel and you're subscribed, thank you so much. I truly appreciate y'all. It's my dream to be a singer-songwriter on tour, and as you know, on my channel I do a lot of music and performing and bringing awareness to the deaf culture, and I have so much to say. So thank you guys so much for your support. It truly means the world to me. So let's get on with the Q&A. First question is, your voice is amazing. Was wondering if you were deaf or if you learned ASL to help others. Thank you, I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I am deaf. I was born with severe hearing loss, and my parents didn't realize that I couldn't hear very well when I was 3. I was raised in a hearing family, so I didn't really know anything about like ASL or deaf community or deaf culture until I was 14. And I think like growing up, like even though I had tons of friends and family who loved me and supported me and just, you know, cheered me on anytime I was doing something, I think there was a part of me that felt like something was missing. And when I was 14, I realized that it was ASL and deaf culture and deaf community. So yeah, when I was 14, I started learning more about my culture, my language, and who I am. The second question is, do you have any recommendation on where to start for people who want to learn ASL? So if you want to start learning ASL, my biggest recommendation, and this is the most important thing that you do, learn the numbers and the ABCs. A lot of people, when they want to learn ASL, they want to get into all the hard stuff. If you do that before you learn the ABCs and the numbers, my friend, you are going to be so overwhelmed. So please make sure to learn the ABCs and the numbers, because the ABCs and the numbers are the foundation of pretty much every single sign in American Sign Language. You'll see as you start learning. Have you signed with people who sign a foreign sign language? Were you able to recognize any similar signs from ASL? Personally, for me, I have never signed with anyone who has a foreign sign language, but I have spoken a different language while signing ASL, if that makes sense. So the other day while I was performing, there was a family that was Spanish, and so I was speaking Spanish while signing ASL. It was a little bit hard, but I was able to do it. It was like a mixture of like sentence structure and everything like that. But while I was saying "Cómo estás?", I was like "Cómo estás?", but then I was saying "How are you?" in American Sign Language. So it's difficult. I don't think I could do it like in a full-on conversation, but I could say hello and how are you and what's your name and all that stuff. And then like speaking a different language while signing American Sign Language. So I'm hoping to one day like meet someone who signs a foreign sign language, because I think that would be cool to see like the similarities. I've heard that there's one sign language out there that like you finger spell with both hands, and I think that that's like badass, because I can't even finger spell with both hands. It's so hard. Like I can't even finger spell with this hand very well. I have to do it with my right hand, because this is my writing hand. This is my dominant hand. But I hope to meet someone who signs a foreign sign language. That would be awesome. The next question is, do you have any signs that you just wish people knew more? All those questions are amazing. Wow. Honestly, just the basics, like the numbers, the ABCs, the basic conversations, like how are you, what's your name, all of that stuff. I think that is so important. And honestly, once you get into the basics and stuff, and then you start learning the basic conversation, and as you learn more, it just gets easier and easier. But yeah, just the basic stuff would be amazing, because like you never know, like if someone like comes into a restaurant or a grocery store, or you know, you're in a doctor's office or whatever. Like, it's just so important, and especially with COVID and the mask and everything, like, it would be awesome just to see more people with knowledge of basic American Sign Language. Next question is, how does the process of learning a new song look like for you? So when I am learning a new song, I do a lot of reading the lyrics because I honestly can't hear the lyrics like very well at all. I have to read the lyrics in order to understand what the song is about. There are some things on the radio that I can hear, but a lot of it sounds muffled. When I'm learning a new song, it's honestly the lyrics for me, and then when I want to learn how to play it and maybe do a cover of it, I'll look up the chords and do it on my piano, and I just kind of go from there. Next question is, in your experience as a deaf musician, how much do you sign versus speak with interacting with people? So honestly, it kind of depends. If I'm with people who are hearing, then most of the time I speak to them. Now, if they know sign language, then I'm just shutting up and but if I'm with my ASL interpreters at work or around deaf community, I'll just, again, shut up and sign. But it just really depends on who I'm with and stuff. Pretty much every day I'm signing, and it's mostly at work. But if I meet new people that sign, I'll sign with them as well. So it really just depends on where I am and who I'm with and stuff. Is it okay to sign something, or if I write a word down if they aren't understand what I am saying? Yes, 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 honey, yes. So I think during COVID, people kind of forgot about, you know, paper and pencil and iPhones and Androids or whatever. I noticed that like when people have a mask on and they're talking to me, and I'm just like, I can't hear you, I'm deaf. You know, they get awkward and they don't know what to do. Like, they're like looking around for something, like they're like, and I'm just like, there's a notepad and a pencil and an iPhone right next to you. You can use either of those. I think people forget that they can like write something down. Like, if you can write something down, or if you know like basic sign language, either or is fine. Even if you mess up your sign language, we'll still pretty much know what you're saying, and we'll like correct you in a nice way, of course. But yes, either or is great. Do you use something to tell you your pitch when you sing? So honestly, like when I'm doing music and stuff, when I'm listening on the radio, I can hear some pitches, but most of the time, like if it's a high or a low frequency, it's hard for me to get what it is. But when I'm on my keyboard, I pretty much turn it close to max volume. Still sounds muffled, but I'm able to hear some of them. But if it's in the high frequencies, I can't hear it whatsoever. If it's in the low notes, I can barely hear it. If it's in like the middle range, I can hear it a little bit better, but it still sounds muffled. At this point, I pretty much have certain notes memorized in my head. So like, na, na, like I pretty much have like vocal warm-ups and like certain notes memorized in my head. So a lot of it comes from practicing, memorizing, and just working really hard at it. So how do you learn to sing a song? Do you look up phonetics? So the singing part isn't the hardest part for me, surprisingly. The hardest part for me is diction and enunciation. Like I have a really big issue with enunciation and my diction, and like there's a video on my channel where I show you a speech therapy session with my vocal coach, and you can see like how hard I have to work. Most artists, they just go into a recording studio, they write out the lyrics, they record it, you know, no big deal. For me, it's like I write songs or whatever, and then I sing it to my vocal coach, and then he'll listen to it, and he's not necessarily listening for pitchy areas. He's listening to areas where my diction is just blah, blah. So we work a lot on those, but I will make sure to have the video of my speech therapy session linked down below so that you guys can see what I have to do in order to do what I do. Do you prefer people to call you Mal or Mallory? Mal. So this actually comes from a TikTok video that I posted, but I was explaining that when I introduce myself, I prefer to say Mal as opposed to Mallory, because Mallory has an R sound, and I have a big issue with R sounds. Like all my life, I've struggled with R sounds. So whenever I introduced myself growing up, and I said, "Hi, my name is Mallory," people would say, "Mallory," and I'm like, no. Mallory. And so I finally got to this point where I'm like, okay, it's embarrassing messing up my own damn name. So I'm just gonna say, hi, my name is Mal. And people would be like, okay, Mal, is that short for something? And I'm like, Mallory, but I prefer that people call me Mal. So please call me Mal. Only my parents call me Mallory. Can you share how you experience music mentally when you aren't singing? Honestly, because I love music so much, I always have some type of music going on in my head, and when I'm like in the recording studio and I'm not singing and I'm just trying to figure out the sounds that I want for my song, it gets so hard because I hear things in my head. It's weird, like, I'm deaf, but I hear things in my head. I don't know if anybody else has that. I have like sounds in my head, can't exactly explain, like I can't exactly describe what the sounds are, and so like when I'm like making a track for a song or whatever, I have to like be there, tell them like, oh, this is like what I'm looking for, like that atmospheric music, or I want like a Spanish guitar, or like I want like these really like orchestral strings. Like I'm really weird when it comes to music. There are two different types of people when it comes to music. Like there are the people that they appreciate music and they like music and they'll enjoy music, but then there are people who literally like their soul is connected to music and they depend on music to get through their day or their life. That's me. I literally depend on music to get through my days. Like I love singing. It's literally like how I tell people about myself. Like people are like, oh, I don't know you that well. I'm like, listen to a song that I wrote. You'll know me very well. Because even when I have like the radio like, turned up all like full blast in my car, if there's something about the song that just like keeps me stuck there, I'll just like listen to it on repeat and on repeat and on repeat, and I'll look at the lyrics and then I'll look up who wrote it, and it's kind of like I'm getting to know the artist that wrote the lyrics and stuff, and kind of getting to know their life or what they're going through in that time. But it's just certain things in a song that like just keeps me there. Like maybe like I love it like when I go to like live concerts. And the other day I was at Tin Roof on iDrive in Orlando. There was a band that was playing Tennessee Whiskey, and I literally was crying because I went up to the speaker and I could literally feel the riffs of the electric guitar on the speaker. And I'm like, I feel like I've been baptized in the Holy Spirit, because it was like an amazing feeling, like just watching the guitarist like do all the stuff with his fingers, but then like feeling all those riffs on the speakers. My mind was blown. But yeah, I love music. I need music. I want to do music for the rest of my life. I just want to like release albums and go around the world and sing to people, and you know, it brings people together. Like that's how much I love it. Are you completely deaf or partially? So I'm not completely deaf, but I'm not partially either. I feel like when I was younger, I might have been like partially deaf, but at this point, I'm almost completely deaf. I have severe to profound hearing loss, and when I was younger, I had severe hearing loss. And so as I got older, it's kind of gotten worse and worse. But I can't hear high frequencies very well. I'm pretty much profound in that area, and then in my low areas, I can barely hear those. And then in the middle range, I do slightly better in, but it has to be like really, really loud in order for me to hear it. So some things, like if I'm listening to music in the car, some things sound muffled here and there. When I'm doing the piano sounds muffled a lot. Even if it's like in the middle range, it sounds pretty much muffled there. But like women's voices, I can't hear women's voices like very well at all. So I have to like read their lips in order to understand like what they're saying. And then men's voices, it's hard to hear those as well. Have to read their lips. Pretty much like when someone's talking to me, unless I'm looking at them, then I don't understand what they're saying. How do you intonate so well? Can you hear yourself? So I can barely hear my own voice, and when I'm around my family, like if I'm like excited about something I'm talking about, or I have like an intense emotion about something, I tend to like raise my voice. I don't know why. I just do. But my family will tell me a lot, like, you need to quiet down. Like when I was 15 or 16, when I was first working with my vocal teacher, who like he had never worked with a deaf singer before, so it was a learning process for him. He told me, like, you are literally straining your voice because you can't hear yourself, and because you can't hear yourself, you're assuming that other people can't hear you singing, when it's really the opposite. Like, I can't hear myself, but people can hear me. So I needed to learn how to feel it and really trust that I'm singing the right thing, as opposed to trying to hear myself. And I really needed to learn how to like rely on my vibrations and feeling it, as opposed to trying to hear myself, because because like all my comfortable like singing ranges are all on the high notes, and I'm profound in high frequencies. So it's a matter of like feeling in my head voice and in my chest voice, as opposed to trying to hear those areas. And it's the same thing for low notes as well. Like for a while, I was like, I can't sing low notes because I would feel maybe like tension in my vocal cords when I was singing in the low note area. But really, like, it was just more like I couldn't hear my low notes, and I just assumed that I couldn't sing them because I couldn't hear them, and I didn't know if they sounded good or not. But my vocal teacher was like, no, you're getting better in your low notes. Like, you're hitting them here and there. I think it's a matter of feeling it, trusting my vibrations, and remembering what it feels like to go into those certain areas, like the head voice, the chest voice, the low notes, all of that. I have to remember to like relax myself when I'm singing high notes, and also relax when I'm singing low notes as well, because for a while I was like tensing myself up to try to hit those low notes, and it doesn't work like that. It's relax and then let the low notes through. How do I intonate so well? When I was little, I could hear some things better here and there, so I was able to pick up some things here and there. But as I got older and that hearing area started going away, I just started remembering it. And so like my vocal teacher, he said that I have perfect pitch. He could go to a piano or whatever and like do like na na na, like he could just go over to a piano and like play that, and I would just be like just singing it like whatever, and I wouldn't even have to feel the piano. That is the end of this Q&A. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for your positive comments and your questions. Like you guys, all your questions were just so amazing. Like I am blown away by the amount of great questions that you guys had. Like I love the curiosity, and I love that you guys want to learn and that you're curious and all that. So please learn basic ASL, like learn deaf culture, you know, broaden your horizons and get involved with the deaf community and deaf culture and all that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified of whenever I post. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, do not forget to say hello in the comments below. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys.